about what President Trump has now to say, because it's been 100 hours of Operation Epic Fury since it has been launched, and President Trump is of the opinion that they are doing very well on the war front, and they are continues to do so because, according to him, America has the greatest military in the world so far. And however, he said that Iran was a threat to US for several years. They have been killing the people of America, and if they didn't terminate the worst deal that was ever made, because he seems to be now also accusing the former president and saying that I call it the Obama nuclear deal, where he gave everything to Iran, including a nuclear weapon.
We're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly, I would say. Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15. And we're going to continue to do well. We have the greatest military in the world by far. And that was a tremendous threat to us for many years. 47 years they've been killing our people and killing people from all over the world. And I think we have great support. And I think if we didn't do it first, they would have done it to Israel and give us a shot if that was possible. And if we didn't terminate the worst deal, one of the worst deals ever made, the Obama nuclear deal, I call it the Obama nuclear deal, where he gave everything to Iran, including a nuclear weapon. It was a road to a nuclear weapon. Bad things would have happened 4 years ago, because they would have had a weapon 4 years ago if I didn't terminate that deal. So we're in a very strong position now, and their leadership is just rapidly going. Everybody that seems to want to be a leader, they end up dead. And it's an amazing thing that's taking place before your eyes, because for 47 years we were pushed around, and we shouldn't have been. And I think I can say, and you see it as well as I do, you see the tremendous progress that's being made. Their missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out. They're attacking their neighbors. They're attacking their, in some cases, allies, or not so long ago allies. And, you know, it's really a nation that was out of control, and they would have used it on us if we let them, if we waited any longer. A big factor was Soleimani, the killing of Soleimani in my first term. And maybe the biggest factor was the rebuilding of the military in my first term. And then the B-2s hit the, and I use the word obliterate because it really was, it was a complete obliteration of their nuclear potential. And that set them back very, very seriously. If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If we didn't do the B-2 attack a number of months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon. And when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. So we're in very good shape now. I want to let you know that, and we will continue forward.
Well, Shrindra, is it still, unclear what exactly has been the aim of the objective of the United States in carrying out this war with Iran? Because there seems to be multiple statements that have been coming in, and what has now been thought, according to the president's statement that has just come in, U.S. is getting ready for a prolonged and intensified fight.
Yes, as he said, when crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen. Now, the first objective appeared to be regime change. That's the first thing they spoke of, and they acted accordingly, initially at least. You found the Supreme Leader was killed, about 48 top military officials were also killed, the Revolutionary Guard officers were destroyed. Now, regime change does not seem so easy. There is a new Supreme Leader. So how President Trump is going to deal with it remains to be seen. That was the first objective. The second appeared to be the destruction of Iran's nuclear facilities. Now, he says it's been obliterated. So if that is so, then at least one thing is out of the way from the American point of view. The second most important issue for the Americans is the missile program that Iran has. These are ballistic missiles that Iran has, and they've been aimed at Israel, at American naval bases and military bases in the area, also other countries in the area. Now, There have been efforts to destroy the missile sites, the launchers, the missiles themselves, the missile manufacturing plants, all of that. While they have been successful to an extent, these missiles have been coming. They keep coming, along with drones. Now, how long this will last, we don't know. The effort now has been to hit the missile manufacturing sites and also infrastructure. That's the word we've heard more recently. So how successful that will be, other military sites, political offices, you know of a site that was hit in the Kurd area of northwestern Iran. So that is happening now. If you hit 1,000 sites or whatever, then clearly you've hit a lot of places. But the fighting continues. Iran continues to attack Israel and other countries and American bases with their ballistic missiles.
All right, and Donald Trump still not giving timeline of how long the war will go on for, but putting the blame on Obama for sure. Stay on with us, Rishabh and Srinjoy. We have another breaking update coming in. A statement that is coming from White House press secretary. She has said, and I quote, in the next few hours, U.S. will be achieving dominance over the skies of Iran, which means that the United States military will be raining missiles and weapons down on hit specific targets that have been identified as crucial to take out the department by the Department of War. And meanwhile, we're learning that U.S. Central Command has now confirmed that dominance over sky has been achieved over Iran. So that's the latest coming in. Have a look at what the White House press secretary has to say on this.
A victory will be determined by the commander-in-chief once the goals and the objectives that we have repeatedly laid out are fully realized. Again, we just in the next few hours will be achieving that dominance over the skies, which means the United States military will be raining missiles and weapons down on Iran to hit these specific targets that have been identified as crucial to take out by the Department of War.
Let me once again bring in my colleague Srinjoy. Srinjoy, over the last 4 to 5 days, US has said that they have hit as many as 2,000 plus targets in Iran. That includes the nuclear capabilities, the missile launcher, and as they said yesterday, anything that can attack the United States. And now they're saying that they have a total dominance over the sky. What does it mean? Take us through the details.
Yes, total air dominance basically means what militarily is called air superiority. Now, that means your planes can do whatever it wants in the skies. It will not be attacked, and it will be able to hit targets on the ground. Now, how does that happen? It starts with the attacks on radars. If you destroy the enemy radar system, then what happens is the enemy is blind. Then how will it aim at its SAMs, the surface-to-air missiles, at your planes? This is the only other way is by looking at them, and these can be done through shoulder-fired missiles. Now, what America is saying, that we have air superiority. If you have air superiority, you don't have to worry about your enemy's SAM. So if you don't have to worry about the SAMs, you do whatever you wish from the air. You can hit all strategic targets, whether the nuclear sites, whether the missile launching sites, whether infrastructure, whether military targets, whether political targets, whatever they are. Now America says it's reached a position where it can do it.
Yes. Well, it seems that maintaining global air superiority through a combination of their fighter jets, strategic bombers, autonomous systems, that seems to be the use that America seems to be applying and executing during its strikes that has been carried out on Tehran in particular. But also, let's talk about the 100 hours of Epic Fury, the operation that has been launched on US's side, which has now been named as Operation Epic Fury. It has now completed nearly 100 hours, and the Central Command of the US has now released this video on this, how operation started and where it is currently standing. Let's take a look.
General question of why the president gave the green light, and then there's a question of why did it have to happen this weekend? Are you saying it had to happen this weekend because of that Israeli action?
No,
this weekend presented a unique opportunity to take joint action against this threat. And we wanted this to have maximum success. We want this operation to be successful at achieving its objectives. I'll repeat the objectives. The president laid them out yesterday.
Well, Rishabh, you know, this is a war milestone that the US Central Command seems to be talking about, saying that as far as when it comes to the campaign against Iran is concerned, it will continue 100 hours ever since on the 28th of February. Jointly, these strikes by the US and Israel was launched on Iran.
Well, Mehta, if we talk about Iran and United States, there's claims versus counterclaims. While US say that they have a complete air superiority over Iran and the Iranian Air Force is not even able to fly, these are statements that have come in from United States. Iran, on the other hand, are using drones and hitting where it hurts the most. Something that was called Eye in Middle East for United States was hit in Qatar. The 1 billion worth of radar that would, help every US installation in Middle East was hit and destroyed by Iran. This is the claim that has come in from Iran side. And the satellite image actually, further comprehension that it is hit. On the other hand, US say that they are hitting Iran. 100 hours of bombing has taken place and they have complete air superiority. Right now, this conflict hang in balance. US have suffered as much as Iran has suffered. Yes, Iran, when it comes to body bags, Iran have had more body bags because they have lost more than 1,000 people is what we are given to understand in last 5 days. US officially has lost 6 Marines. 3 jets have been shot down, but US say that they were shot down by their own air defense system in Kuwait, while Iran say that they have shot them down. 2 of the jets have been shot down by Israeli and US Air Force as well, the Iranian jets. So there is a battle in air. As of now, ground operations have not begun, but as we were seeing at the interview with Navika Kumar, Group Editor-in-Chief, Yair Lapid said that ground operations can be a possibility as well.
Well, it is a combat situation that to speak of, but 100 hours that it has now completed ever since on the 28th of February. It was close to noon when we first received the news of Israel having attacked Iran, and thereafter the picture became clearer that it was on the call of the US and of course the go-ahead that was given by President Trump that jointly US and Israel decided to launch these strikes on Iran. Well, it's been the 6th day now that we are talking about this coverage because it's been non-stop, and it will continue on the other side of a very short break as well. Shinjoy and Rishabh continue to be with us.